What up? To think that. Hello and welcome everybody to Next Play Investors. We want to thank y'all for coming out tonight. We definitely got a show for you, man. We want to definitely be able to happy to see you. Got a little technical difficulties right now with my camera. We've been trying to get everything together, and I just want to make sure everybody is actually, happy and actually doing all this kind of good stuff. So we want to sit back and wait and relax and actually thank you. We're gonna be getting to it tonight. Tonight's show is about the drip, the faucet and the lockdown. I mean, we talking about all the things that are actually going on, and we want to make sure that you know what I'm saying. Everybody is happy and actually inside of the actual Next Play Investor. Got a little bit behind. You can't really see me just yet. You'll see me when we get over to the group. Again, I want to thank everybody for actually allowing us, coming in the Next Play Investors and actually being able to watch and listen. A little bit off tonight, we have a whole lot going on, and we just want to make sure everything is actually going on. So again, welcome to Next Play Investors. Come and join us every week at 7:30. Watch us and join the group. We're gonna get into it with all the other people and be able to, be able to get into the group and be able to talk about what we're gonna talk about today. I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. We got everything kind of worked out. We're getting the flow in now. And again, welcome to Next Play Investors is where we talk about all the next play, cryptocurrency, real estate, options, stock. We got everybody all ready to go. They already over in the other room. So let's get ready to go join over there and with them and see what's going on. They already talking and laughing and ready to get it
I
going.
have,
So,
in
we
my
definitely
whole
want to say that.
17 years of
Thank
being an
y'all and welcome
educator,
again.
this is
Sorry for
my,
everything, but let's see what's talking and let's see what's popping over here today. Hey, what's up, y'all? What's going on, man? How y'all doing? Yeah, we got Nicole on there. What's up, Stacey? What's up? What's up,
Hey,
man? How y'all doing?
hey, what's going on?
Oh man, I'm good, man. I had a little
Just having
technical
a little
difficulties
bit of
early.
Doing good, doing good.
issues, man.
What's wrong with your internet, man? You on your phone? What's up?
Yeah, yeah, something wrong with my internet. I don't know why. It's down.
Hey man, you need Nero way to come over there and fix your internet, man.
Man.
It's
Hey, I heard them problem. Hey,
Uh,
hold up, Franco. This is my time to get back at him.
Go
You
ahead.
want me to come over there and fix that for you?
Hey
That's
man.
right.
now I'm gonna call the
Want me to
technician
send you the
and have
right
your
link?
video tape.
Want me to send you the right link?
What's up, man? What's going
Nicole, that's a
on,
running
man?
joke every time.
What's going on, everybody,
Oh,
man? How
not too
y'all
much,
week
not too
been?
much.
How y'all week been? Hey Sam, I'm sorry you don't have your shirt
oh my God,
in the
I
Oh,
don't have
morning.
everything
my,
good, man.
No. What I'm gonna do, Sam? I'm gonna bring your shirt to you first thing. No,
Just
I
put
can't
it in
come
my
in.
mailbox,
I'm
man.
gonna put it in your
right.
mailbox, and everybody gonna get their. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make sure Sam get his next play shirt. I mean, I be honest with y'all, man. We got to get some more team members on there because I be trying to do all of it, and I have a whole lot going on, and I'm sorry. But it's all good. I tell y'all, and I thank y'all. So we gonna be good to go, man. I'm sorry. I'm finna print. I got a whole nother layout that I'm finna do and give away too. Got a whole nother layer. I've been working on it. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
yeah, everybody
So
all
I should get
good.
the old and the new
You gonna
then,
get
right?
two
Yeah,
shirts. Yeah, you gonna
that's
get
what I
two
was gonna
shirts.
say, Sam.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I get a black one and a white one.
So
Yeah, yeah. Maybe.
Nicole,
Maybe.
you know what I mean?
Maybe.
I was gonna put you on spot today because the lockdown. We worried about the lockdown.
Hi.
How the kids doing in school? We
Can we
gonna
talk
we gonna
about that
put you.
next week?
Yeah, but you
Oh
gotta keep it
God.
Ooh.
surface level because we ain't
Yeah,
trying to.
give us an update on them kids.
Yeah, give us an update on the
It
kids real
definitely
quick.
will. I need my job. Listen, let me tell you. I was telling the guys before you came in from your wonderful, wonderful introduction. Um, of the 17 years that I have been an educator, this by far was like the most difficult, stressful year ever. Like I've been working 12 hours. Like I leave for work at like 5:45, 6 o'clock, come home like 7:30. I mean, it's just
But
it's crazy. I mean, it's cases all over. One of my girlfriends was telling me last night, her school had 10 cases. Um, it's just a lot. I think at some point, um, school districts will consider virtual until
Wow.
they get a handle on what's going on because it's just you try to like thinking in the cafeteria, all of my students, they all come, I mean, from K-5, everybody comes to the cafeteria, everybody is eating. I mean, we have to have seating charts. Like I have to be like, Sam sits at table 16 in the third seat. Stacy sits in the fifth, sits in the first seat. I have to keep up with all of that
Yeah.
because if we have a case to happen, they have to have contact tracing, and
what?
it's so
Wait a minute.
it's
Wait, hold
so
on. Stop.
weird.
Stop. 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 Contact tracing. So is contact tracing like what is contact tracing? Because I'm trying to find a new play to invest in. So what is contact tracing? See, I'm
So
listening.
this,
What you?
so if you all look in the like here, look, and it look like it's four corners, right? So so we have like an algorithm. So if Stacy, so from my screen, I see Stacy is kind of diagonal to Sam. So but say Franco, you're over here to the left. So that means so say that the person next to me, may have been exposed with COVID. So that person will be table. I mean, the fifth person at the table. But with the contact tracing, it's just going to look at the four people in this little four squares.
Oh, that ain't no
And
product.
so, huh?
That ain't no product. Contact tracing.
No, I think no, but contact tracing is just tracing how people are,
What y'all? What kind of new
how we're
products they
sitting.
got in the school that they stocking that I can go look up on the stock market to see if they got some that I can buy? Because I mean, if the kids going into school, if the kid coming back to the school, it got to be some new products in the school. What's the new products in the school?
We don't have any new products, but what I will say, who was that last week? Was it you, Sam, who was talking about the technology stocks? I can't remember if it was Sam or Stacy about the technology stocks. I think that people, I think Morena said something too on What's Up, What's At, whatever. So
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Marina
that
coming.
the technology stock, I would definitely look at technology. And like for us, we use I can't think of I told you all before. I'll put it in the chat when I find it in my
Sam.
notes. But we
Okay.
use a particular product for like the virtual learning students.
Yeah.
What's the name of
I'm
that
thinking
product?
like that's why it may be Edgenuity. I'm gonna see. I wrote it down. I told you all about it a long time ago, a couple of
Mm,
weeks ago, a couple of months ago.
mm-hmm.
Um, that's one. Also, I mean, just to be honest, like Zoom, Google, like because Zoom is a platform I dish. We use both. We use Google and Zoom, but try Canvas too. It's called Canvas.
Mm-hmm.
That's a new Canvas is a new product my district just purchased, and it's very similar to Google, like Google Classroom. So kids, the kids and staff use that site, for assignments and stuff like that. But I really think technology will move because districts will have at some point have to make a decision. Are they going to move? Are they going to go back virtual? And I don't think they will probably go back. Virtual every day. It may be a schedule of A day, B day, and starting like our school district has kids are already assigned certain days, A day or B day. So districts may propose to do that. It just depends on the cases, and you know, we're going to be heading into fall and winter soon. So you just, we just don't know. But I know Canvas probably is one technology stock you all may want to look into besides Zoom or Google.
Okay.
Sound like a plan. Sound like a plan. Sound like a plan. Okay. Well, you know, we
Oh
will.
yeah.
Sam, you had your hand raised. What you got? What you got over there?
Oh, I just had a question for Nicole. Um, so do you, in your opinion, um, did you guys, not in your opinion, but did you guys take the what they are, the separators down where you are, where on your desk, or did you guys leave those up?
Mm-mm, no. So the plexiglasses, now let me
Yeah.
tell you, we ran out. However, we've replenished them. But what they did, so say look at the four corners again. So say like say it's a plexiglass where Franco is, and it's a plexiglass on my desk, then you and Stacy, it would be okay if you didn't have a plexiglass because of like the four. So the entire desk is covered.
Okay.
But one thing is as
So
far as I can't hear.
so you guys didn't put plexiglass back up, or was there a shortage of it? I'm just trying to see because there may be a play in plexiglass. That's what I'm still
And
wondering.
I know, and you know what? Thanks, Sam, for bringing that up because I was going to mention that one as well because we did honestly we ran out. We had to get some more sent over to our school, but we had the plexiglass when the kids came back in April. So that was a part of our operational game plan for our school district was to make sure that was up because that is like a security net for parents, because you're trying to figure out should I send my child, should they come face to face or should they be virtual? And so we're trying to get them back into the building to get, like Stacy said last week, have operating that schoolhouse, that's money.
Okay.
And so, they want money to generate. So, getting them back in, making the parent, I've had to take several parents on tours just to show them like, hey, this is Mr. Rivers' classroom. See all the plexiglass. We have all of the markings where the kids have to be 6 feet. But now it's so crazy. CDC has switched it from 6 to 3.
What?
With little children, that's difficult because once you start something, I am very big on routines and procedures.
Mm.
So once you start a process and you want to get the kids acclimated to whatever the process is, and now we're like, oh, you can be 3 feet apart from AC or 3 feet apart from Franco. I think the plexiglass, Sam, going back to your point, I think that probably would be a good plan. So what I'll do tomorrow is I will go and get with my custodial team, and I will find out what's the name of the company.
Yeah, we need
Okay.
company. We need company. We need
Yeah.
company names or any new products in the school system that they're using to combat COVID. We need we need company
You can,
names. We need company names for any of the products that they got new. Any of the new stuff that come down the pipeline, please keep us updated for the school system because any products that they start ordering in to kind of keep everybody safe, I definitely want to know. Go ahead, Sam.
got a question for Miss Nicole again.
So I
As
can really
far as your technology side, as far as your computers in school and stuff like that, have you found any shortages or anything having any problems with possibly getting like computers repaired or anything like that?
No, we use this company,
Company name.
um,
Only
Pro
because of the chip
Logistics.
shortage. That's why I'm asking the
Yeah,
question.
Pro Logistics is the company that we use, that we contract with, Pro Logistics. And so we have a tech who's there. So we have, we're 1-to-1, meaning that every student in our building, they do have a laptop.
Okay.
And then we have someone on site who repairs if we have any tech issues. And then if it's situations where we have to send the laptops off, of course, they will send them off to, we use, oh Lord, HP. So that's
Okay.
what
Okay.
we're using.
Okay. All
But you
right.
know what? This is not on the school system, but I had to take my car in because something is wrong with my computer system. And
That might
um,
be a problem.
right. And so what was crazy was they didn't tell me they had a recall on it. So when I made the appointment to bring the car in Saturday, they tried to be slick and service the car to do the oil change, that type of stuff. And so when I got back in the car, I was like, hey, it's still the original issue is still here because this is why I made the appointment. So they was like, yeah, but we thought that the recall would fix whatever it was. And I said, well, it's a computer issue. So it's crazy. I have to bring my car back
Yeah.
to get whatever fixed. And I think that's crazy because it's a 2020.
Well, sounds like you drive a BMW,
Yeah, she
but
drives a BMW. She drives
Girl,
a
I have to
BMW.
put my business out. What
Well, you the one just
I
put
used
your
to drive
hold
a
on. You
Toyota.
just
I
put your
used to drive
business
a
out in the
Nissan.
street. You just put your business out in the street. All we doing is comment. We just trying to get the tea so we'll know what's going on, and we trying to get some
How
money.
y'all know I drive a BMW?
no, but what I did notice is that they will not, a lot of these car companies, they're not giving loaners out anymore
Mm-mm.
because of the chip shortage. They can turn around and put those on the lot and
Right.
sell those versus loaning them out. They're making you get your own rental car now. But
Well,
I did know.
BMW still pays for because the lady cut the food on Saturday because she wanted to loan her car. But like, if it was me, I was like, if I got to drive a Camry or Altima, it doesn't matter. I mean, I got to get where I have to get. But some people want this particular car, whatever. But you're right, Sam. They're not giving out loaners. It was so crazy for me to go on the lot and to see like no new cars. Like it was so shocking that that's a lot that has a lot of cars. So it was great when I was walking around. Walking around, I didn't have to have any car salesmen coming out asking me did I want to upgrade.
All right. Well, the reason I raised my hand, I want to let everybody know the reason that I brung that to everybody's attention is that rental cars prices are up. That means that the stocks are going to go up. That's why I was bringing that to a point. Remember, I said,
I have
remember,
heard.
I told you guys about Hertz rental car. Go ahead and get in on it right now. But your rental cars, all those prices are up.
Yep.
So, just want to let you guys know about that. That's all.
So I'm gonna do a side note. I'm gonna do a side note for all the people, man. Everybody that got hurts, I need to find. We got to have a talk because what happened is I need to know which hurts y'all got. Y'all need to look at your tickers. You need to look at
Oh,
your stock tickers, and then we'll have a sidebar. We're not gonna do it online because I just
Shortest one.
you which one you got? You got the W. Do you got the
I
one with the
got
W?
rid of the withholding.
You shouldn't
Yeah,
have
I
did
got
that.
rid of the withholding company,
You shouldn't
and
have
I
did
switched
that.
it over.
You shouldn't have did that. You should.
No,
You
what's
shouldn't.
the
I
difference?
got here's the thing. Here's the thing why I did.
Uh-huh.
Because the withholding company, I had more shares,
Uh-huh.
but the prices were lower. So I took it and I sold that and I switched it over to Hertz itself. But the prices of Hertz is higher.
Well,
So I'm making my money.
but hold on. I'm gonna tell you what I
Well,
found
how would
out
you
this
know?
weekend because I had a pretty substantial amount of Hertz shares myself,
Okay.
and I want to talk to y'all
Okay.
and let you know. That's why I brung it up when you brung up the cars. Those shares that you actually got rid of,
Mm-hmm.
that's why they took them because you
Yeah.
actually had options. Every one of the old shares
Okay.
is an option. That's why it's so low. They trick the people. And I talked to TD Ameritrade.
Okay.
I looked on. I had on. I may hate you sold it. But what happened is when they came out of bankruptcy, those ones with the W at the end, those are 30-year options. You got with all your shares,
Yeah.
you could have held them, and whatever the price go, you automatically can trade it for that price because it's an option share. And it's crazy. I'm gonna try to have everybody. I'm gonna
Oh,
have more
okay.
information on it next week because they didn't tell everybody. I had got a bunch of paperwork and I didn't know what it was. Like I've never got that paperwork before.
Yeah.
And so that's why I say everybody that's in the Hertz,
Okay.
we gonna have to talk. We talked about it, but I mean, you didn't mess up. You just got the regular stock now. But if the stock mess around and run up, I
Well,
can actually buy the stock
yeah.
using them cheap shares to actually go buy the stock at the regular price.
Yeah. Well, I just learned something. That's all I can say.
I
Hey.
didn't know either. I was
Hey.
waiting to say something about it today. I'm sorry, sir. I would have told my brother, but I just
Yeah.
found
Yeah.
out last night. Well, yesterday. I just found out yesterday
Yeah.
when I was looking at it.
Dude, they already been converted.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What'd you say too,
Okay.
Miss Tubman?
so I have W. I have W. So what's the difference?
Well, we're gonna have a
That's the
stock.
withholding company.
Yeah, that's the
One is the
withholding
holding
company.
company. The other one is
Yeah, we'll have.
But I still have. You all know I don't be trading nothing.
yeah.
Okay.
It's just
We're up
when the company
19%.
came out of bankruptcy, they split the shares and they gave the new
Mhm.
they
Yeah.
took some of your shares and made them into the new shares. Then they gave these W stocks, and these W stocks, like I said, they're called warrant stocks. And what it is they're basically like options where you can trade them in. And I probably put together a whole thing because I think a lot of people in Next Play kind of got, even the people on the outside. I think it was something that I've never saw in the stock market. I've never saw this happen. This was one of the first times that a company
Yeah.
actually came out of bankruptcy and actually paid the
Yeah.
investors money when the investors has actually lost money. And so this was one of the it's happened a couple
Yeah.
of times before, but this was one of the biggest ones. So I'm gonna put together some stuff and I'll bring it to you
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah, because that was sort of messed up how they did it, because you had two stocks there. One was higher, the other one was lower, and they were right up underneath each other.
Mm-hmm.
And you can look at it, and if you're thinking on the sense of, okay, financial wise, why would I leave my shares in a stock that's lower when the other one is doing better? So automatically I would move mine over.
Yep.
So that was sort of messed up on their part. I mean, hey,
But what they did was
I
they wanted
can't win them all. So I learned about that.
what they did was they split them and they didn't want to pay everybody because everybody was buying the stock right before the day they came out of bankruptcy. So they split them and then they
Of
didn't
course, I
really
bought it before.
they didn't want to give away so much profit in the new company because technically Hertz is a new company now. It's just that they bought the
Yeah.
rights to the name. They didn't you know what I'm saying? They bought the rights to the name and that's really, you know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying, what really happened. You know what I'm saying? And so it's one of those situations where
Okay.
uh the shares though, the W shares are options. You always can use the W shares to trade it for a regular share at any point in time for 30 years. You see what I'm saying? So if
Yeah.
the number go up
Yeah, I
crazy,
didn't.
yeah, I mean it's one of the times that this happened. But if the number go up crazy, then you can actually use the options to actually pay for a cheaper price stock. It's really crazy. You know what I mean? It's really crazy. Like I
Yeah, I
had to
wish it
actually
wouldn't
call
have
the
happened to me. I would have kept that.
Hey man, y'all been winning all week. I've been losing.
I would have kept it. That's
Yeah,
for
y'all
sure.
been winning all week. I've been losing. So I mean, shoot, let me win.
I am.
Let me win some. I
I
mean,
am.
you and Big Play over there been racking up. Y'all been talking. You know what I'm saying? Y'all been happy and smiling. I've been over here looking stupid like a puppy dog, like a little poodle, and y'all been over. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here mad at the world, talking about, man, I can't even go outside and play with everybody else. Goddamn, you know what I mean? Oh man. Let's
Oh
get
yeah,
started, man. Let's
man.
see
Oh
what's
yeah.
going on, man. We don't tripped out enough. We'll spend like 20 minutes. Staves, what's up, man? Your internet good, man? You look blurry.
Oh yeah, I'm back up and running, man. I don't know what happened. I
Hey, man.
reset the router, reset the switch. Had to put my audio, video, text, thinking cap on for
Uh-oh.
about 5 or 10 minutes to get this network back up.
Uh-oh.
You know what I mean? So we
Uh-oh.
back up and running. But yeah, we're gonna get started. So welcome back to the next play. Everybody, we here. So we're gonna do something a little different. We're gonna get everybody involved on the call from the beginning about any success stories this week, either in the market, in life? Anybody got any success stories? Look like Nicole has frozen up on us. Oh no, she's there. Oh, oh.
Why?
Nah.
I'm paying attention.
Go ahead,
Save
Nicole.
Nicole for last. Save
No,
Nicole for
no,
last.
no. We're gonna start with the T from the beginning. You know what I mean? The big cheese, man. Everybody want a slice of pie, but she's frozen. Look at that.
Ooh, you trying to snub somebody?
Hey, you may need to reboot your computer. But I started off this week. I was able to buy some good companies, got in on some good deals. I got T. Rowe Price, and T. Rowe Price. Well, everybody know about T. Rowe Price. It's a drip stock. I think I posted it online, maybe.
Yeah.
In the chat. But T. Rowe has been given a dividend and increased the dividend for like 20 for the past 25 years. So I was able to buy them on the dip. Another company that I bought was Clorox. And I bought Clorox. Clorox was down bad. It was in the buy zone when I got them. And it's all speculation. Everybody knows Clorox is a good company, but it's all speculation with the on the pandemic. After we talked last week with Next Play, and some of our people from Next Play gave us some good tips, some things what's going on with the COVID situation. Kind of anticipate. Also looked at I charted, didn't buy, but looked at Zoom, like Nicole just mentioned. Next Play, not Next.
Your mic is off. Let me.
Here we go.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah, my bad. I'm sitting here bumping my gums. But yeah, but I bought the Clorox based on the Delta issue that was coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Got in on that at a really good price. The Clorox actually it was down like 20, maybe $25 when I actually looked at it, charted it up. It was a good buy. I hope so. I'm no financial advisor or nothing like that. But I bought some TSM Semiconductor because that stock split roughly around 25 days ago. I know we're in the chip shortage. Nicole was just talking about how there were no cars on the lot. A lot of cars are assembled. So the streets are talking. There's no chips. So it's supply and demand. So that should do good. Nvidia is another chip company that should do pretty well. I think Nvidia was actually $700, and it actually split also. It's like a 4-1 split.
Okay.
So that's my success for the week.
Okay.
My list. So what you got, Slam and Sam?
Oh man, I doubled down on everybody know I'm big on the mortgage wholesaling company. So I doubled down on them. I picked up some Apple, and believe it or not, I picked up some more beds, and beds went up. That's one of the stock I think Franco gave us.
Right. Right.
And beds went up. So I made money on beds. Pretty much all in all, it's been a really good week for me. Nothing bad to say.
Mm.
I'm all new to this, but it's coming and it's for
Yeah.
real.
So what I think you're on the same track I'm doing. So I bought Ethereum because of the blockchain,
Yeah.
because of that technology, and I bought Bitcoin because of the coin itself, whatnot,
Right, right, right,
So
right.
you got to have the two, so to balance out everything. So that's why I mean, and actually, Tron is part of. They use sort of like the blockchain technology too. They are on that blockchain, but
Right.
I didn't go with Tron. I just chose to go with Stellar Lumens, and it actually paid off for me this week. So you know, just trying to balance everything out.
Okay. Okay. Polkadot was another one that I picked up.
I saw that one too.
I got
Yeah.
Polkadot also. And I bought all these coins on Coinbase. It's really simple.
Yeah.
And
Got
it's
mine on Coinbase also.
yeah, real simple to buy, real simple to sell.
Mm-hmm.
Also I picked up some Robinhood this week. The
Yeah,
IPO came out. I bought some of that
You
just
know,
because it's so volatile. And it's kind of like rolling the dice with
well,
Robinhood. But Robinhood IPO'd at
33, 30
$33.
something.
It ran all the way up to 75. So a lot of investors were doing option trades on those Robinhood stocks. So I mean, they were doing 2 and 3 day options and making a killing.
Yeah.
So bought a couple of shares of that just to buy. What you about to say, Frank?
well, see, that's what I'm gonna talk about on the faucet. Cause I'm the king of swing trading. You know what I mean? And I think Robinhood, when we go back and talk about when I used to tell y'all about Sun Power and we was going in on what was the other stock? The EV stock where we was making money day trading and thing. Well, everybody
Yeah,
I can't
I
even think
remember
of the
that.
name of the car company, the EV. We trade so many.
Plug.
Nah, not plug. We trade so many stocks and I keep
I
forgetting.
think it was maybe Neo. Was it
Nah,
Neo?
not
Neo,
Neo,
yeah,
not
Neo.
Neo, not Neo. The one that lost the contract to the government. Um, oh man,
Nokia.
no,
I know which one you're talking
I
about.
can't even call
And
the
my cousin
name.
bought a lot of it too.
Yeah, I can't even think of the name of it right now.
Right. I know you're at. I know
But
you're at. I'll look it up real
so I'm
quick.
gonna get back to the people I posted in the chat. But that's what I want to talk about on because me and you were looking at we was talking about that whole thing with Robin Hood. I don't know what just happened to me. But we've been talking about the whole thing with Robin Hood. Everybody,
MJ.
um, everybody in the group. We're gonna talk about this Robin Hood because I watched it over the weekend, and I'm gonna watch it for the next couple of days. But if everybody got a little money, this the type of stock you want to be into because it's
Mm-hmm.
so volatile. If you know how to set your stop losses, and every day you can every other day you can flip your money. I'm the king, like I'm the king at this one. And I can tell you, if you don't be greedy. Like when we talk about Robin Hood, don't be greedy. Set your amount of money that you want to make every day, and this stock will get you. Now you're gonna have to pay capital gains every at the end of the year. So whatever you make, take 25 to 30% out of it, because that's what the capital gains gonna be. But this one of them stocks over the next 2-3 weeks, while it's volatile, you can pull in. If you just go buy 10 shares and put in $500, it can swing every day up $100, and you can back in and back out every other day. And you can do in the next 14 days, you can average you about $1,400 just by
Mm.
just by going in, buying it on one day and getting out the next. You just
But you're
gotta.
not a fiduciary
I'm
advisor,
not a
right?
fiduciary advisor. I do not. Please consult your financial advisor. Please consult your tax advisor. Please consult all the people before, because I have no license. I'm a shade tree, all that. You know what I mean? I ain't never got certified to do nothing, but I'm just telling you, if you listen to the between the lines, you can. This is one of them stocks, man. Because I bought. Just say this. We talked about Robinhood. This is one of them stocks that's gonna trade for the next couple of weeks. Wow. And if you put your stop loss in there so you don't lose too much money, you got to learn how to set your stop loss. But this thing gonna move every day because I bought in I bought in Friday,
Mhm.
and man, that thing went everywhere. And I'm like, oh, this is what I like right here, cause this thing is gonna move. Man, that thing got all the way up to $70, came back down to about $48, went right back up to about $65. And if you got your cell phone, you can take your cell phone and set that and inch your play up, and then right when it get to your money that you want to make, sell out. Bam.
You
You know,
go.
and you gone, and then wait till if you don't have it's some other things involved that you might can't trade it the same way. If you don't have a certain amount of money in there, you might have to wait a day. So you gotta buy it one day, and then you can't day trade, 'cause you know what I'm saying. You might have to wait till the next day to get your money, but it's gonna move all day, every day. So you got to look into the rules of it yourself to really find out how you can make the money off of. You may not can't go every day. You see what I'm saying, and be able to trade day trade. You may have to do every other day to be able to safely trade. I don't know what platform everybody on, but watching this tomorrow, watching this Friday and over the weekend, this is just like I think it was Lordtown. Was it Lordtown the one that I told?
It's like GameStop. It's like AMC.
No,
GameStop.
I
It's
wasn't.
like really. It's like TQQQ. It does the same thing.
Oh
The only
man.
thing about
It's
Robinhood,
quick.
the company itself, is that the investors in Robinhood, they don't have a lot of liquid in Robinhood. They're millennials, so their account is maybe 500, maybe $1,000 versus a TD Ameritrade account where those guys in there are holding millions in their portfolios. And the crazy thing about a TD Ameritrade and a Robinhood, TD Ameritrade is trading around 40 some odd dollars. And they got more capital, way more capital, and way more users than Robinhood.
Yeah.
So they're more on a solid platform. Robinhood has less users, by half the users, and half the liquidity. But they got all the millennials.
You went out again. Stace, you went out. Mm, mm,
All right. Thanks for joining.
I'm here. I'm actually just listening.
Man, God only stop, man. I'm on search and rescue right now. Okay. All right. Well, we're gonna come back to you, man. We just want to know if you had any success. We see you back in the DR. I know it's got to be a success story by itself. Okay, so he's gone. All right. So next play nugget. I want to talk about some notes real quick from this book that I finally finished reading called How Privatized Banking Really Works. And I got a couple of bullets off of that. From this book, I want to talk about just real quick. One of them is, it says it is the government's action instigated through the central bank that creates the boom and bust business cycles that causes recessions and depression. So from that, basically it's saying that the government has control over whether or not the economy booms
or bust.
or the economy fails. And just like with the COVID deal, they had to make a choice. So they started printing money in order to save the economy, which I think probably was the right thing to do. What y'all think?
Yeah.
During that time. But because of that, inflation and the credit expansion, investments that must be liquidated at a later time.
Exactly.
So because of this inflation, the prices they run up, and of course you have the bust. Product has to be liquidated at discounted prices. So right now we're at the highest of all high. Everything's at the top. We all see it. I posted on the group where I saw this lady out with the gold signs. Yeah. We buy gold, we buy silver. I hadn't seen those signs since what, 08, 09, I think it was. Before the 08, yeah. Crash, before the last crash. So the signs are starting to come back. We see them. So I just keep an eye out, because when they start buying gold, it's due to inflation, because the value of the dollar is going to drop and gold becomes more valuable. Years ago, I remember them having gold parties. Anybody remember the gold parties they used to have, where people would get together and everybody would bring their jewelry, and yeah, that's pretty much it. This year, Biden, during Biden's term, right now he's projected to produce $7 trillion, and they're gonna print $7 trillion worth of money. A lot of people heard about the PPP loan fraud and all that stuff, all the memes and stuff like that. But real talk, for all the legitimate businesses who got PPP, you could actually have your entire PPP loan forgiven if it's under $2 million. So if you got a PPP loan for 800,000, just like that, they created money out of thin air and they forgive it out of thin air like it never even existed. So
yeah.
But that's it for me on the Slam and Sam with the news for today.
All right, here we go. got a couple things here. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. It's called donotpay.com. This is it is the world's first robotic lawyer company. And what they do, they go to bat for people that are in disputes with big time insurance companies for a little of nothing, as long as it's not over $10,000. And then it can range from anything from a traffic ticket to you suing your landlord or anything. These guys will take your case. Well, not the guys, but the actual app that you can download on your phone. They'll send paperwork, everything right there online. So it's the first robotic lawyer company, period. And it is called donotpay.com. So
do you know if it's like all artificial intelligence, AI?
yeah, it is. But they have lawyers online that will actually, help out. But it's basically, algorithm and I guess robotic lawyer, basically and the computer's gonna know the laws and everything. So it's actually gonna be able to regurgitate everything that they're talking about. So they're actually defending for you. Yes, Martinez, you got a question?
Yeah, so I can send call this robotic lawyer and he can serve all my baby mom and get all my money back.
Long as you don't owe anything over $10,000.
Sir.
Hey,
You
well, I
back in
tell
the
you, God,
DR.
You
You back
probably
in
owe
the D.
about
Now
60.
listen, you the
nah,
only.
I'm talking about I want to sue them.
Listen,
Me.
hold on.
Well, hey, you could do that. You could call. You
Back in
don't
the
have to call them.
DR.
You can
You back in the
download
DR
the
on that,
app,
man.
put your
Hold on.
information in, and they will settle it. They will go to battle for you. Period.
Hold on, man. You
That
back
was
in the
that's
DR,
good
man.
news.
You
That's
coming
good.
But
back with
what I
that?
was wondering, I don't know if I think it's under an ETF, but I think you may be able to look it up, and there may be a play in that for you. Next news I have is, of course, Sydney, Australia is on its 6th lockdown. Yes, what else can you say? Because of the Delta variant. They on their 6th lockdown. I know you guys have heard me talk about it, about a month earlier? Now they're on number 6. Original lockdown, we heard them talking about them locking down. They did that one. Now they're in their number 6 because they had, what was it, 2,100 cases or something like that, and had a few deaths. So they locked everything down again.
Well, overseas they have treated the whole pandemic different than in America.
Yeah,
And
pretty
so
much.
it's one of those situations. But I mean, yeah, like one of the things I'm finding out, man, for me in my business, man, I can't even get no networking equipment. So this thing has really messed me up overseas because we can't even get the supplies to even make money right now.
Yeah.
So it's really, you know what I mean. Like it's a 5 month wait on some products that people want today. So that's the 6th lockdown. I got to go look into that.
Okay. Yep. And my last story is about Instacart. Instacart, if you guys don't know, Instacart is being led by 2 females. Not saying
Yay!
that's bad or good. I'm just saying it's 2 females that are heading off Instacart. I think they're the CEO and the CFO. Both of them are women. One is named Caroline Everton, and the other one is named Gigi. I don't know her last name, but they both were like second under their superiors, which they came from Facebook basically. So now they're heading up Instacart. So needs to say, if you're interested, if Instacart is on the dial, I don't know. We need to probably look into that to see what Instacart is looking
Instacart
like.
it hadn't actually went public yet.
Okay,
That's
but
gonna be
keep
the
your
next.
eye on it.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next. Uh,
Yeah, supposedly with these ladies' track records and who they were under Zuckerberg and all those cats, so they're saying that these ladies know what the heck they doing, and this is something that you need to keep your eye on. If they announce it, you need to be right there on top of it because you're gonna make your money on that one. So just
Yeah.
just putting
yeah,
that out there, so putting your head a curve.
yeah, we're gonna be looking at that probably in. That's gonna probably be the end of the year. From everything on my spot, that's looking. Instacart, gonna be end of the year. And the craziest part about it, it really, I hate to say this, it really need to be another lockdown because if people get to go outside, I don't know if Instacart gonna be a good deal. That's the only
Yeah,
thing, you know what I mean? Like that's the only thing to really consider about Instacart, because now people can go outside. They ready to go outside. They COVID, you know.
yeah,
I go get
yeah.
my own groceries.
Yeah, yeah. But no, I mean, there are a lot of people that just don't want to be bothered with going to the grocery store, waiting in line and getting that stuff, man, when they can just
That.
have it run to their house.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, you really right. I mean, I ain't gonna say you wrong because I don't have to use it.
That reminds me of back during the .com era, a web van. Remember web van?
Yeah, when they used to
I
bring
remember
the
that. Well,
yeah,
some of us do. We remember web van.
they were ahead of their time, I think.
What?
Oh, no,
Yeah,
what is web
I'm
fans?
I'm
Wait
a
a minute.
little, I'm a little
Wait a minute.
too,
That was
I'm a
before
little
y'all
too young
time,
for,
all right?
I'm
Look in
a
the
little
code
too
on raise
young
the
for
hand.
that.
Okay, y'all a little too young for web van. All right.
I
We
was
get
born
it.
in
We get it.
1979, so I don't.
Yeah, yeah. Y'all remember
I may have
.com.
been 2 or 3 when that came out.
That's when the .com era just started.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. When computers first came out.
Yeah, y'all too pretty old. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? The thing is, y'all too old. I like y'all, but y'all too old, man. Cause I don't
Hey,
know nothing
we
about
like the
no.
Warren Buffetts of the group. You know
Hey
what I'm
man,
saying? These investors.
hey man, you know I don't listen to him, brother. You know I love y'all, but y'all that man, that kind of like me talking about a 8 track.
hey man.
Oh, I know about an H. I know about an H.
Like me talking about an 8 track. Oh,
There you go. He didn't came back.
Look at my cousin.
look, there you go. Okay, what else you got, Sam?
Oh, that was it, man. I'm through. It's going back to you.
I got one more thing I want to say.
Go ahead.
We were talking about the cryptocurrency, and I'm studying the cryptocurrency now. And so that's the one thing I found out is a lot of this stuff that you're talking about that we don't know about is all in the book. These little $10, $15, $20 books these people are selling online, trying to get on, but they're giving up all the game. And you can look at cryptocurrency like a lot of us use Facebook. So, and a lot of us are business owners or in some form of fashion. But if someone's in Africa who doesn't have a bank, they don't have access to a bank, but they have access to a cell phone, they could do business with you here in the United States without even using a bank with cryptocurrency. That's basically in a nutshell. So cryptocurrency makes it everybody's able to do banking without actually using a bank in a nutshell.
But that's also why the banks want to regulate it so that they're in the loop and not
Right.
out of it.
Exactly. Out of the loop. And that's the thing with cryptocurrency. It basically peer to peer. I could do business directly with Miss Williams. I could do business directly with Miss Tubner without even using the bank. We're doing business together. And the government, of course, they want to control it. The banks want to be in the middle of it. And chances are they probably will, to be real with you.
They got to get their cut. They
Yeah.
want to get their cut.
Right. Because whoever owns the gold makes the rules.
There you
That's
go.
the bottom line. And, United States does not play the radio at all about their money.
Not at all.
Well, the unicorn. I want to let everybody know the unicorn. Want to say, hey man, he talking in the chat room. He's somewhere in another time zone, so he ain't really talking. But he is on Facebook. He just hit. I just saw his message. He wanted to say hello to everybody.
Chief,
Yeah, he
Hold
also
on.
dropped Workhorse. What's
Yeah,
up, Gamal?
that's
He
the
dropped
name
the
of the
Workhorse.
stock. That's the name of
The
the
name of
stock. Yeah, workhorse. That's the one I
right.
was talking about that at the beginning of the year I flipped because it was just like this whole thing with this. It was just like this whole thing with what's going on with Robin Hood. Um, my piece tonight, man, is the faucet, man, because the lockdown. I don't think there's gonna be no lockdown. I don't truly think that. I think they might, every man for themselves, especially here in Georgia. Kemp already done said he's not doing this, that, and the third. So I'm gonna explain my whole thing today, man. I'm gonna put something up on the screen. I want everybody to see, uh, because I want everybody to really get an understanding, man, of a couple of things, man. That is, I was saying this the other week, and this is one of the places that I use for other researches. Like I show y'all a lot of stuff about research. And one of the things, one of the members are just in here, and he didn't know he was gonna help me out with this. Um, is the stocks that are actually moving right now. And I want to bring y'all's attention to something. All the stocks that we see that are actually making money, you know what I mean, that we know that are actually the known stocks, they're the ones losing right now in the stock market. And this is gonna back up the numbers, and so I can show Big Play just talked about him getting into Clorox. Well, I wanted to show y'all something. He didn't know me and him hadn't talked all day, and it just so happened that he brung it up for me. And Clorox is down 18%. You see what I mean? You got Campbell Soup down 12%. All the big name companies, they're actually down because of the simple fact that they don't have anywhere to go. They don't ran out, and that's why I call it the faucet. They don't ran out of money, so that's why their stock is going. They don't have nowhere to grow because of the pandemic. So I was doing some research this weekend, looking into some stocks. My daughter was here, and me and her, I'm trying to teach her how to trade stocks and everything else. And so I think that we got to go back, and I'm gonna call on the unicorn, Morena. I know you out there. I need some penny stocks because the small companies, the small cap companies, are in better position to make money right now than the large cap companies because they have ways to grow. The large cap companies are in a position right now where they can't really produce any extra funds for the investors. That's why we saw Tesla start to drop. We saw Microsoft start to drop. We saw Apple start to drop. We seeing all these big name companies become stagnant. And just like it said, a lot of things are outperforming the S&P, and it's just like and that's the thing we're looking at. We're finding gas and banking still doing good. Cars are doing bad. So we gotta stay like when we talk about that sector report. This is I use this company right here a lot. You know what I mean, to really find out information because I have to pay for it. It's you know what I mean. It gives me a lot more information. And I use a lot of stuff, and I'm gonna kind of go in that in a minute. But I think that's what we going to because like Apollo Medical. Crazy part about it, BlackRock bought into Apollo Medical. You know what I mean? And everybody on here knows that I follow BlackRock for my stocks. And I was showing another person in the group the other day that we always talk about SPY. You even heard some other people like Mark Monroe and Trapper and all these other investment like things that you've heard on TV. They talk about SPY. Well, guess what? That's BlackRock's fund. So when we talk even the TQQ, BlackRock's fund. You see what I mean? So I didn't know when I first started following BlackRock that BlackRock actually controlled almost all the big time funds that everybody is actually using for ETF. So the faucet on that is basically it's running, but it's the water about to run dry on all the big name companies. You know what I mean? So we gotta anybody, even the smallest companies that you may find, you may see a product at your job place. You send me a text message. I do the research and tell you about it. You know what I mean? I'm trying to find all these, like, everybody's jobs and businesses and everything else is going to be affected by a lot of things, and you're going to see new company names come in because they're going to be the suppliers because they actually have supplies because the larger companies, like, they're not actually able to like really make the moves because they're basically in a situation where all the revenues have been made. They're looking to, that's why you see the push to get people back to work, because the push from the side that they need to get back to work because they're actually at a point where there's no more money to get. Apple is the only one that may be able to win because of the fact that Apple has a new product for the launch with the iPhone 13. So that's going to be a big thing. But you also got to realize, even though it launched, it may get some hype from people, but the real moves are not going to come until the revenue come in, which is probably be like first quarter next year. So I'm looking for stocks because I found out that a lot of the stocks that we really been looking at um are not really gonna do what they gonna do. And it's all the investors are actually saying the same thing. I'm gonna try to get this up real quick because I want to show this I'm gonna show this real quick and everybody can see my screen while we sit here looking at it. Um, t- 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 but this one is probably the best one we can really show because I want to show everybody what Robinhood did last week. So we can actually get that pretty much on to understand how this faucet is gonna work. Cause I'm gonna watch it again a couple of days this week, and then I'm gonna, you know what I mean. Like if you see me say Robin Hood moving, you either better be in or you better be out. I don't know which side you're gonna be on when it happens, but you better be in or be out. Cause mm, hey, you know what I mean. So give me a second. When we pulled it up because I truthfully didn't have a whole. Oh, this is the other thing. Now y'all see DraftKings coming up. Football season is about to start in about 2 weeks.
That's what I was just getting ready to send over to you.
Dra-
DraftKings NFL football. It'll be back Monday.
yeah,
DraftKings get ready to take a jump.
y'all start looking at DraftKings. I was already started doing the research on it while my computer pull up because I got a whole lot going on over here. DraftKings is actually coming up. Y'all want to go ahead and get into that. As you can see, I'm gonna stop right quick. As you can see, tomorrow morning, you see that red down there. Um, do y'all see that red right there where it say 4444?
Yeah.
That's looking like what that's gonna be the open tomorrow. So it's actually on. I'm not gonna chart it up right now. And Martinez, if you can get ready, brother, I would love for you to go ahead and chart up DraftKings. I just want to show everybody some. You know what I mean? If you don't mind, you know what I mean. We talk
Gotcha.
about a little DraftKings, and then um um you know what I mean. We can go from there. But what I want to talk about is this one, real quick. You know what I
Robinhood.
mean? Yeah, I want to talk about this one. Because that's the thing. It won't. It's a situation of I want y'all to watch this thing in a week time.
Well, that is a week. It ain't been
Yeah,
public but a
that's a
week.
week time. It went all the way up, came all the way down. Now we all know that, you know what I mean. We all know the top of the week is where it went to and pushed back down, right? We can't really even if I was to try to pull this one, it ain't gonna pull. You know what I mean? uh, it ain't gonna pull it all because we ain't got enough data. But the thing is, Reddit traders are gonna push this thing up. I watched this thing move like I say, all the way up to 70, and I watched it come all the way down to like 40. What was it? 40, 48. It came down to like 48, 40, like 48, 49. And this has happened all in the last couple of days. But this stock is gonna trade like a swing trade stock. I already see it. So in the next couple of days, if you see me say, like I said, you see it's opening up at 50. Well, that's the expected open. And then this is kind of like where what you call it. So when you see it come up this week, I definitely want to get everybody to kind of take a look at Hood because it's gonna move just because like I was thinking about this and this is my speculation. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I a fiduciary. But one of the things you gotta realize, if you look over here to the right, this lady right here, you see it? Everybody see what ARK bought in? They're gonna
Yep.
hold Robinhood up. The financial sector want Robinhood because they're getting the little man. That's from what I've understood. Everybody says And we got mixed feelings. Everybody in the group has their own feeling about this, but I looked at it a little bit more this weekend. Robinhood is the cash cow for the big companies because all it takes is Robinhood to get, when you look at Robinhood or the so-called Wall Street bets, when they get in on the stock, this is how they move all the stock prices. When you look at and understand, like when we talk about BlackRock, BlackRock buys millions of shares at a time. You can't go buy a million shares and not affect the market. Well, what's happening with Robinhood is, yeah, Robinhood users don't have any money in their account, but when you got, and I hate to say this in this way, but I'm gonna try to be as politically correct. Y'all know I'm not. I'm where I'm from. Where I'm from. When you got when you got a bunch of small people that are just they're kind of novices in trading, and they hear the hype. We know that once you hear it on TV in the group, we've talked about this for ever since December when we started. We know that when you hear it on TV, it's too late. Well, you got a whole sector of people that's waiting for the TV to explain to them what's going on. They're not going to do research. So you got to understand that you do have an exception in Robinhood. Some people are smart. Not saying everybody's dumb, but you got a whole sector of people that might got $50 or $100 in the stock or in the stock market. If somebody say this is going somewhere because of the trend with Wall Street bets, they're dumping all their money into there. They're dumping all their money into whatever stock that everybody talking about that day. And now you got where the retail traders can actually move the market. Because Robinhood has over 20 million people as users. So if you look at it, if 100 million users put $50 on a stock, that just took and made 50 million in money. And this is what's causing all the AMC and all the other stuff to actually rise. Because you have that retail traders making moves like hedge funds. And if you ever use Robinhood, man, they half of the time you're not even really buying the stock. Half of the time you're not even really buying the cryptocurrency. We have a member in the group that actually proved that, and it's some other people that don't prove some other things. And Robinhood, it is what it is. They tell you what it is. They make you sign the waiver. I'm not gonna get into that on here because that's not my business. But Robinhood is a cash cow for them because they basically hitting you with so many fees and doing so many different things. And that's why I say when I saw Ark, a lot of people bought Robinhood. Like if you go, and I'll pull it up here in a minute. A lot of people bought Robinhood, like banks and brokers bought Robinhood. Uh,
And
Rob,
another reason because of the data.
yeah,
The Robinhood gives them so much data.
yeah,
So it's like man, it's like a whale eating krill.
yeah,
When they see all these fish gathered together and they buying or they putting all their money on the stock, then the whale just comes up from the bottom and just eat all the small fish.
yeah,
That's it.
yeah,
That's how it
Use it.
works.
Using it, the whole platform. They just using, like you say, the small investors. And now, don't get me wrong, the small investors, they can move the market together, but the big whales, they sitting there waiting on them, and they gonna turn around and put an option on it, and they just waiting on them and eating them up
yeah. And
every time.
that's what they doing. That's what they doing with this Robinhood. That's why, like you have to, like, a lot of people don't really realize, like, the amount of money in the stock market. It's trillions and trillions of dollars being saved, and so now that people people actually have a like the people have a platform. You got to realize Robinhood didn't get big until the pandemic. Then at the beginning of the year, Robinhood came in and changed the game for the stock market. Well, everybody know that the rule number one is don't lose money. Rule number two, let's go back to rule number one.
Yep.
And the financial, like, Robinhood took on some of the biggest venture capitalists. The Wall Street bets people that use Robinhood, they took on the biggest venture capitalists in America this year and sorting out stock with AMC and GameStop. And they did it through Robinhood. This is why everybody got so mad when Robinhood shut down, because Robinhood overgrew itself. Once I read a lot of information this weekend, I realized what actually happened. Robinhood actually grew so big that this is kind of what pushed them to go ahead and do an IPO. You see what I mean? Because they actually needed the money to build the infrastructure, because it was designed like no, you got to understand, no other platform allows you to buy fractional shares. You can buy, like my daughter has a trading account for kids that you can do it for, but this is a mainstream platform for adults that can actually, if you got $5, you can put it on a share of Tesla. It's like buying Bitcoin, where you
Mhm.
don't buy a whole Bitcoin, and so that's why Robinhood is such a great thing. And I just want everybody to look at it and keep up with it. I'm gonna come back with it some more because I found out a lot of information. I just got to put it together and decipher it, and then I explain it more. Probably bring it back to you next week. It might need a little bit more time, but I think Robinhood is gonna be the play that that's gonna really kick off a new way of trading, because TD Ameritrade is under rules that Robinhood ain't even under. Robinhood can do Robinhood can do things that TD Ameritrade and E Trade can't even do, because it's not a real broker. It's a company. It's not a brokerage like that. You know what I'm saying? It's more like the DeFi thing. So I'm gonna bring some more information on that. Hey man, Martinez, can I pull my stuff down? Can you share, or you ready to chart them other stocks for me?
Gotcha, gotcha.
All right, cause I'm getting what you call it. I'm gonna come down and you go up.
Uh,
Hey man, I'm glad to see you in the DR, man. I like seeing that silver chip, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, let me get some. I
definitely.
want some mango. Hey man, you know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see you back in the DR, man. You know.
Man, I'm glad to be here myself. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
The trees are swinging left or right, you know.
Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad to see you back in the DR.
The juice is good.
Hey man.
But you got
Hey, real
mango
quick,
juice over there.
Yeah, that good old mango juice, man.
Ooh, I want me some mango.
Okay, so you know what? Did you go to church today?
Yeah, I
Uh,
went to church too. I sure did. Lord, praise the Lord. Hey, man.
I'm glad you attended church
hey,
today.
hey,
Yeah.
you know the church folks say you ain't supposed to talk about money. You ain't supposed to talk about money and talk about church in the same position. Now, you know what I mean? We talking about money now.
We talking about practice.
All right, DraftKings. Let's talk about it. Pull it
Oh,
up.
Well, hey, I like DraftKings. Just like
Draft.
for you said earlier, just looking at the chart, you see right here, we had a low back in May for about $40. Then you got another high low right here, 42. And I think it might come back down to bounce right here, probably right there, about 47 range. I think it's going to take it back off. Like you said, we're coming into football season and basketball season coming up. So, and then you got the baseball. We be in the playoffs by then too as well. So,
yeah.
So
got all three sports working at one time.
now we got to remember. You remember I brought y'all the payment company. We can play DraftKings two ways. And I'm gonna go back and put it. I gotta go back and look through my notes. We can play DraftKings two ways. We can play DraftKings through DraftKings, or we can play DraftKings through the payment gateway. We can decide whichever one we gonna play this time. Because I know I got the payment gateway that DraftKings use, so we can get on the banking side or we can get on the stock side. You know what I mean? Because they finna get an influx. Because you got to realize they may not shut things down, but with people not actually going to get vaccinated, you're gonna have a lot of people betting online because this online sports betting. That's the cool thing
Yeah.
about DraftKings. So in the next couple of months, when they start getting revenue, they're gonna report revenue like third or fourth quarter. You got to realize that third quarter football season start. All the main sporting events are finna start in the next 3 months. We already know that we got to get in the stock 3 months before it come out. So DraftKings needs to be on your list in some kind of way. I'm gonna put up the finance company. We can watch both of them, but if you go back and look at right there in March when the NBA playoffs were. It got high
Yeah.
again.
What spiked this volume right here on June the 15th? Because that's abnormal volume right here.
I don't have any information on it right now.
June 15th,
Yeah.
was that announcement they were going to hold the Olympics or something like that? That they were going to, because they postponed the Olympics until, and then they had to come out with an announcement when they were going to have the Olympics.
See, it was going on a nice little uptrend, and it took a big drop, and then some big money came in. Somebody dropped the bag. Some major bag.
Oh yeah, it dropped, didn't it? Or did it go up?
It dropped, then it went back up.
Okay, so I'm gonna
it
tell you what
dropped.
happened. I'm gonna tell you what happened on June 15th. On June 15th this year, they started back doing mask mandates around the nation. So that's what the drop comes from. Now I don't know what the pull like. I'm guessing that the up is gonna come from the Olympic start. But
Okay.
yeah, that's what happened on June 15th. A bunch of states started doing COVID, mask mandates on June 15th, and they started coming back with that. So that could be the drop. Now I don't know why it went back up. Maybe investors pushed it back up. You want to put a what you can put on it?
I mean, it took a drop, but it started coming back up. But right now, it's just in a big consolidation. So look for it to drop down some more. People might want to buy in when they get down back to the low 40s.
Can you chart it? Can you feel it so I can see? Because this one of the ones I'm really concerned with. Cause I'm tell you, man, I used to be a big gambler. Now I'm just a big. I ain't trying to do it right. Wrong. Do it. Hey man, money.
Do it
Hey
wrong.
man, U.S. States, man. Why Martina getting that together, man? U.S. States, man. Y'all been the one having all the fun. I've been over here trying to figure out if
Hey,
I'm.
why he getting that right? A quick note for all y'all people who rocking with TD Ameritrade. You can call them because I did and found out how to do it. But just by they got this thing called a drip fund where basically we automatically reinvest the dividends on any stock in your portfolio that's paying dividends. It'll automatically reinvest any dividend back to that same stock. It takes about 30 seconds to do. You click a few buttons, it'll bring up all the stocks that in your portfolio that pays dividends, and automatically you can select all, and automatically every time that stock pays a dividend, it'll go back into buying more shares of that same stock. That's on TD Ameritrade. So
E-Trade has that too, man. Remember I was telling you about that?
Okay, E-Trade also TD Ameritrade and E-Trade.
Yep.
So you can have your own drip fund that's constantly dripping. The faucet never stops till the market crash. I'm just playing.
I have a question. So can I go back and do the stop loss on all of my stocks?
Oh yeah, you can.
I just haven't done it yet.
Well, it's you might want to take a look at it.
I'm going to call the 1-800 number.
Yeah, but the first thing you probably need to do, Nicole, is decide what percentage are you willing to sell your stock, your share, or your company, and then once you get that percentage, then you calculate it and find out what the price is. Okay. Where you're going to set your stop loss. If the stock is at 40, are you going to sell it at 37? Are you going to sell it at 35? Once you calculate your percentage, whether it's 5%, 10%, it just depends on how much profit you got in it. But normally, they said a real pullback is like 10% or more.
Mm-hmm.
So just keep that in mind.
Thank you.
I mean, I would basically gamble on this one, fellas and ladies. I would try to see if this thing come back down, just like Franco said, because we have to wait for them to get their earnings for that quarter. And I think that's what is going to push it past what's the 50 here. It's going to push it past 57 again. Yeah.
You got a bunch of sellers in the market, though. You got
What that?
It's got the volume too, though. So, but like Franco said, I would wait till that more volume kick in. You know it's gonna go up because we've seen this before with this particular stock before.
Yeah. I remember us charting it up months ago before it got to 48.
Yep.
Gamal jumped in. It was like maybe 20 something. It ran up to 40 something dollars.
Yeah,
It was at $10.
he called it low. Yeah, cause what we learned that when it's in consolidation, I mean they just stop piling money in their account, and it's gotta bust out that bubble in a minute. So in probably a month or so, it'll probably get ready to pop there when the league gets started.
Mhm.
I like it.
Okay.
My bad, my mic.
I get me.
Yeah. So I got a guy here local in Atlanta that I met with, got the whole place set up, and I already got all my application already set up. And so I'm gonna before the end of the month, I'm gonna have my kids, I'm gonna have their policy set up, my daughter and my son on the IBC banking. And then in about 60 days, me and my wife are gonna go in. But we gotta get our health in order. So we working out, trying to let me keep it 100. We're trying to get the most we can get. How about that? So you know what I'm saying? Right. That's right. Right. Yeah. So if you in top notch premium condition, the more money they will insure your life. So we're on a mission for the next 60 days, you know what I'm saying, to get everything situated. And then we're gonna let them go out. That's it. There you go, Martin, man.
Can you look
There
at
you
me?
go. There you go. Yeah. Yep. Tell you everything. So I'm excited about it. I'm excited, number one, because the guy that I'm talking with he's certified and he's already trained in the infinite banking sector. He's an attorney also. So, I'm going in first and everything checks out. I'm gonna bring him on the show and let him talk to everybody. And so you guys can check it out. But a few things he taught me already about the infinite banking is, the term versus the whole life policy. His biggest thing is, with the term you're renting, with the whole life, it's forever. It's going to cost you a little bit more. And then the next thing, which is real important, is when you get in a policy, try to max it out. Whatever the insurance company will give you, if they offer you 500 or a million, if you can afford to take the million, because we're all getting older and it's not going to be, it's easier later on to get those big policies. So, so far, but he seems pretty knowledgeable. I'm excited about it. And, once I get everything set up, I'll let you guys know.
Hey, I got to sign off. I got to run my daughter back to school. I'll see you guys.
Yeah, be safe. Tell her to have a great semester. Hey, y'all, listen, I increased my credit score by 50 points.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
I was so excited yesterday when Navy Federal, I said, oh my God, my credit score went up 50 points.
What?
You at 1,000 points now, ain't you?
I'm claiming 800. No, so really, it was real.
What?
I did a Facebook Live before I went into church today because somebody was asking me to explain my secret. It's not a secret. The thing is, if you can keep your credit utilization at 10% or less, so I gave an example. If your credit limit is $2,500, you don't want to spend more than $250 a month. And I think that's where people get into debt, because you may have this card for $5,000 and you're just swiping flights, swiping.
Yeah.
I don't swipe flights. I pay for them in cash. But I'm just saying, you are just swiping stuff and not keeping in mind that you have other bills that accumulate each month. And so, I just kind of keep everything under 10% or low or less. But I paid off 3 credit cards starting at the end of June. And so, it went up.
I definitely want to
50
thank
points
everybody
in
for
like
joining
30
us on Next
days.
Play Investors every Sunday. One of the
Awesome.
biggest
That's
things that we
awesome.
do is
Awesome.
we
That's
always in here
good.
trying to
My
talk
goal
and
is to
create a
be at an
networking group of people
800
that'll actually be able
by
to sit
December.
down and discuss how to
Yeah,
invest
you
and
can
do
do that.
stocks, be
Yeah.
But
do credit.
yeah, you can do
One
that.
of the
You
things
can
you're
do
going to
that.
learn
Tell
is you got people
I
around
started
you
off
that
in
are actually
2016. I had somebody
about
to
doing
work on my
something that you're
credit,
interested
but
in. You're able
after
to
I
actually
kept
stay
researching
focused
and
on it. And
learning
this is
what to
what we
do,
do
then
every
I
Sunday.
learned
Every
how to
Sunday,
maintain it.
we're here
So
talking
I
about
think,
stocks. We're bringing other
if you
people
know
on,
what to
learning
do,
about other
you can
businesses, learning
manipulate
about
those
different
scores.
plays
So
that we can
it's not
invest
that
in or we
hard.
can
People
help
really
people
don't need to pay
with their
anybody. I
business
mean,
that can
I
help
understand
us.
it's
We're
people
really big
businesses
on
and
what we
it's their
call
business,
creating our
but
own bank right
I
now.
mean,
We want you to go out and get
I
the
do it
book,
all the
How
time.
to
When it
Create Your
drops,
Own
I
Bank,
know
how to
I
use
know what I
life
have to do to
insurance
get
to
it back
actually
up.
create a bank so you can actually
Is
make
your
money
credit?
with it.
Do you have it
We got
frozen
a whole
also?
lot of topics that we cover. We're
Like
going to be
if
You
somebody
turning
tries
have
to
to our
run
credit
something on
pretty
it,
soon.
you get like
We're
an
going to be
Yeah,
doing
alert and all
everything to
that.
kind
so
of help the
I
people
do
in
have the
our
fraud
group
alert.
to
So
be able
every
to figure
time,
out what's the
like,
next play, to be able to generate
I'm
passive
making a major
income, to be able
purchase, they
actually
call in, they call the
use group
dealership, they
economics to
gotta
be able to
they
continue to
have to
make
ask me
money and
all just
operate in the
these
society that we
questions.
live in.
But that happened when I
We
had the
thank
young
you. We're here
lady
every Sunday, and we thank you for coming out. We
to go
thank
in
you
and
for
fix my
joining us.
credit,
We thank you for
because
being with us.
I want
And
to
we
say
want you
like
to
in
come on out. If
2016,
you got information,
I
post it
don't
in the
know, I
group.
just kind of
You
just
can
didn't
always reach
care.
one of us
I was like, oh, I got
online
my house,
and
I have
actually
this, I got
allow
this.
talk with us,
And I let
integrate
my
with us,
credit
send us a
score
message.
go to
We'll definitely try
500.
to
I mean, I'm not
answer.
embarrassed
We'll
or
look at
ashamed or anything
whatever that
about it.
actually is going
And I
on
just
and try to help you with
didn't
it.
care.
Next
But
Play
what
Investors is a
happened when
group of
I had to get
investors
a
that are trying to make
co-signer
the next play, looking
at
for passive
36,
income, also sharing
5
information with
years
the
ago, I
community
was
and
like, I'm too
everything else.
old to
We're
be
here every Sunday.
having
You can catch
family
us on
members
YouTube. You can catch us
co-signing
on
on a
Facebook.
car
You can also
for
catch
me,
us
or
live on
co-signing on
WhatsApp.
something
We
else that
have
I
all
needed to
kinds of
take care
different
of. It
ways
was
to
a
talk with
personal loan.
everybody in the
And
group.
when I had
We
to
want to
have
thank
a
you. You
family
know, everything
member
is
to
free.
co-sign,
There's no
I was
cost.
like,
Join
girl,
Next
you got
Play
to get your
Investors
stuff together.
and bring
You
in
know
Was
the
it
what I'm
was
saying?
it
information in
because of the
that you want to know.
utilization?
We'll talk about it as a
No,
group
what
and see what we
happened
can do
in
to try to make sure it works.
2012,
Every Sunday at
our
7:30, we're
district
right
went
here
into a
online
furlough.
live,
Oh
and we
yeah, I
And
know
so
definitely
about
want to
I
that.
make sure
lost
you
Yeah.
I
actually know
lost
we
eight
always looking
thousand
for the
dollars
next
in my
play.
salary. So
One
I
of the
lost
biggest
it
things we
just
want to always
before I
understand and
closed on my
learn
house,
is,
because
that's what we're
they went
doing.
back into
We're here every
underwriting
week.
for some
So,
odd
if you're here
reason.
and you
They
want to
went back
learn,
into
come and
underwriting,
join us, join the
and
group,
my
do
loan
everything else.
officers, they fought for
That's
me.
what we're
And
here to do.
I had another
Until
job, so I
then, we
had
want to
two
make sure
jobs at the
everybody
time. I worked two
understand
jobs for a
and
long
have a great
time.
weekend.
But
Check your
that
stop
wears
loss,
you
set your
out.
stop losses,
Trying
look
to
out for
work two
earnings this
jobs,
week.
and
Do
for
everything else
me,
that you
I
need to
didn't
do
want
to
to
be able to make sure that you don't
lose my house how I
mess up
purchased it.
rule
So
number one,
I bought
and
a
that's don't lose
foreclosure.
money.
So I didn't want
Other
to
than
be
that,
in that
everybody have a
situation.
wonderful
And
day.
so I worked
Everybody
my
have a
butt
wonderful
off, but
time.
I was just like,
And
I didn't care about those
thank
credit
you.
cards.
Looking for the next
I
Right.
just let them fall to the wayside, because it was like, do you pay your light bill or do you pay card? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You pay your light bill or do you pay your MasterCard? So it was like, I need lights. I had a car note, insurance, mortgage. So I just let it go. And so some of them